I can't feel bad for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your music was shitty anyway. All you did was just yell and scream. I mean, he gave me some gym music, but other than that, it was just a lot of barking and fucking Treyway. Like, I'm not gonna miss you. Like, Treyway. I don't know how to do it.
You better be careful. The feds gonna show up to your house.
Oh, yeah, that's facts. I don't want them coming through here busting my doors down. It's fucking Treyway.
It's fucking Treyway. Keep it New York.
Oh man, that shit is gold, man.
Get ready for some banter, laughs, and honesty, raw and unfiltered.
It's time for the Listen Up podcast hosted by Lady Sola.
Listen up, listen up, listen up. What's good, everybody? It's your girl, Lady Sola, here back at it with another episode of the Listen Up podcast. We are at episode 12, and my guest for today is none other than, I don't know if I should be formal, call you Clifford.
Come on, that's how you gonna start it out? That's my name. No, that's my name. So yeah, obviously, yes. Clifford, yes. My name is Clifford, everybody, yes. I'm proud to say that too. I'm proud to say that too. But yes. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
What's up? Long time. Yeah. So this is ESPN radio connoisseur over here, production assistant, holding it down in the department. Yeah. So, we go way back, and he's also a proud Philly native.
Yes, Philly all day, 215, you already know.
Oh, snap, 215. 215, you already know. Is that like the best area code in the city?
It's funny, actually my phone is 267. It's funny you say that. Obviously 215 is the main area code, but people from Philly got or rather people from in Philly, mostly out of Philly got the 610, 484. I got a 267 number. 267 is the ultimate to 215, basically. So, yeah, it's still 215 all day. That's the main area code. Everybody know it.
So everyone just reps 215, whether they have the
because that's
area
the first.
Code
Yeah, because that's the first one. Yeah, that's the first one. Yep.
That's historical. You gotta pay respect. In Chicago, 773 is definitely. 773. Yep. That's the home base, and then it kind of builds from there.
Exactly.
But I'm excited to catch up with you and everything, So you was just telling me you about to be hitting up New York in a little bit to go to the
Heisman ceremony. Yeah.
Heisman ceremony.
I got to work the Heisman ceremony for ESPN Radio again. I got the pleasure to do it last year when Baker Mayfield won it, so. It's gonna be cool this year. The race is gonna be pretty tight. It's gonna be between Tua, Dwayne Haskins, and Kyler Murray. So can't wait to get down there. It's an experience, man. So I don't really get to too much of this, traveling stuff. So I'm glad I get to go down to New York. They gave me the hotel for the night, so we'll see. Hopefully I can chill with a couple friends afterwards.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the night. Just be happy with the experience and how humbling it is to do something that you kind of grew up wishing you do. So.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope.
You know what your plans is gonna be? What borough you trying to go? You trying to hit up Brooklyn?
Honestly,
you trying to go to Manhattan?
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, I'm not. I wasn't fishing for moves or nothing like that. It was just whatever happens. I was just let a couple friends know, I'm in NYC for the night, and then they're gonna act accordingly.
Oh my gosh, let me not even ask what that really means. I feel like there's a code.
No, it's just my friends.
Message.
I'm gonna tell my friends I'm in New York for the night, and then they're gonna readjust whatever they gotta do to chill with me. So.
Oh, that's how it works.
So
they move on your time.
If my friends were in town in Philly, then I'll do the same thing. I readjust. Make things happen.
Okay. Yeah. So that's cool that you guys have that kind of friendship where it's okay.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of college friends basically,
Yeah. That's what's up. Mm-hmm. Okay, well I hope you have fun, represent.
Yeah.
Be able to get to go, go out somewhere.
That. Can't wait to experience that, yep.
Well, without further ado, we're gonna jump right into the first segment.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The latest stories that grabbed our attention and dominated headlines. Listen up. It's time for The Big Three.
kicking off the big three, we have to start it. I think the only way to start this is, talking about Meek Mill and his new album Championships, which dropped last week.
Yep.
And it's already critically acclaimed. It's projected to sell 150 to 170K in the first week. A lot of great features, a lot of, major blessings and just support. I think a lot of support from the hip hop community. A
lot of features, a lot of bag talk on there.
Oh, nah, he's talking big shit right now.
Talking big shit on there, man. Meek, that's the top 3 rap album of the year in my eyes. There's 2 other I got in mind that would be in that top 3, but that's Championships is definitely right up there for sure.
Okay.
So,
Oh, you talking about for albums of 2018?
No bias either. Look, I've been watching Meek since I was in 6th grade. So
he had the rusty braids.
Yeah, on them dirty Philly streets, them rusty braids.
Doing them straight to DVD movies.
Straight to DVDs and Dissing Reed Dollars and Joey Jahad and all them, man. And to see the growth, to see the maturity, to see the talk, and to see the system try to beat him down and then him rise to the top and then drop something like this. It's crazy, man. I'm happy for him. I'm glad to see a real one that really tries to do stuff for the community come out on top. So the album is crazy. The songs on there, it's fire, man. I've been listening to it nonstop. Every time I get in the gym. And you know me, I'll be in the gym 5 days a week. So every time I get in the gym, man, that's the first thing I'm going on. I needed some new material too, because I was listening to the old Meek at the gym. I'm talking 2009 Meek.
Oh my God.
Yeah, stuff when I was in high school. Yeah. So I'm glad to see him, back out there and killing the game again. And he getting some new gym material, so I'm good.
Oh snap! He definitely got a lot of up tempo as well as just real street.
Just real street.
Real
talk
street
on there
sound.
too. Just like everything he's always been doing. Real street sound, real talk on there, and talking about life and the perspective of black people dealing with certain things in life, and a lot of rappers not giving you that, but he in that class that's giving you that real talk, like the J. Cole's, like the Nipsey Hussle's, like the am I missing somebody? Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah, Lupe. I would say
not Drake.
We always get into it about Drake.
Yeah, let's skip that combo right now.
Well, let's not skip that combo. Actually, thank you for segueing me right into it. Speaking of Drake,
I set myself up, so yeah, I'm mad about it now.
Well, speaking of Drake, I think it's perfect to touch upon their rekindling. It almost looks like there might be a bromance on the rise. They talking every day, according to what Meek said.
It looks
playing ping pong, losing bets to each other and shit.
It looks authentic and it looks real, and I'm glad.
How you feel about that? 'Cause I know you're not too fond of Drake.
I'm just glad 2 grown men finally hashed it out. That's the last thing you want to see is 2 successful young men that have major impacts on the communities that they represent, not getting along. So, it shows signs of maturity. They both in their early 30s, so it shows signs of maturity. And plus, they made a banger together. They made that song that going bad. It's crazy. It's gonna be crazy in the club soon too. It's gonna be crazy on the radio. I'm happy to see them both get together. The thing is, people think I hate Drake as an artist. I think he's kind of fake, which is cool. Which a lot of people think. A lot of people think he's fake. I don't know. What you think? Is he?
I don't think he's fake. I don't understand where that whole notion came from.
That tough guy, that I'm T.O., I'm Toronto tough guy. Come on, you know he'd be trying to do that.
No, I think that's what he tries to feed into the persona a little bit, especially since he's kind of the leader of the 6. He's the leader of his city.
Yeah.
So I think he just wants to really establish himself.
He does.
As bulletproof. So he does kind of try to give off a hard exterior,
but he not.
I don't think he's really expecting people to
what is that?
take it.
That's being fake, right?
It's called being entertaining. It's called creating.
That's what we do now.
Entertaining,
being cool now. Okay.
Is music not supposed to be entertaining?
It is. No, you're right. It is. But again, to me, I like to see authenticity in my music.
Okay.
And a lot of his is just very inauthentic.
Well, I think there was a few songs where he, don't make me catch a body off that.
Yeah,
like he said a few things here and there throughout the years, but I really don't think he tries to go too deep into it. Like he'll say a line or a bar here and there that's kind of like, Dre, is you really on that? Like, you know what I mean? But for the most part, he stays in his lane, of just, somebody that's very sensitive, is very in tune with his feelings. He loves the strip club. He loves women.
I hate his fans. Like, I hate Drake stans. Like, Drake stans is bothering me because my roommate is a big Drake stan, and he's the type of stan that'll tell you Drake is the greatest artist of all time, and I'm just like, okay, all right, buddy, relax, buddy. Like, no, I don't want to ever hear that. Like that, like to me, like that's just like, it's so egregious to hear that. Like, mind you, like I love all hip hop. I love a lot of R&B. I could still definitely get into my R&B side a little bit more, but I'm still a big R&B fan. And for Drake stans to really be like all that about Drake, like it's like he sneezes on the song and then it's like the greatest thing ever. Like they can't think objectively. You know what I mean? Like I'll tell you if my artist had put out some shitty work, like I'll be the first one to be like, yo, that was trash. Like I'm a fan of Dave East. Like he be having projects where it's like super hot and then some of it's like okay, and I'm just like, I wasn't really feeling that. You know?
I was just listening to his latest project the other day, and I had to just change to something else because I don't know, it just wasn't moving me. And given this is like my first time listening to Davies, I honestly have not heard any of his stuff, but I was listening. I forgot what the latest album was.
But the joint with him and Styles P is hot though. That's something you should look into. It dropped, I want to say like September or something like that. It
was a whole project then?
Yeah, him and Styles P dropped the whole project. It was dope. So it's called Beloved. Yeah,
okay.
It's dope. You gotta check that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to check that out. Yeah. But yeah, just to add to what you were saying, about Drake and Meek, two grown ass men finally showing signs of maturity, showing signs of I'm in a better place in my life. Like I really don't need this negative energy around me. I love it. I love it. I like this Meek. This is the Meek that I was expecting when he came out of jail the last time.
Yeah, I feel like he was getting real defensive when he was with Nicki. And I feel like that kind of like threw off the real Meek that we knew a little bit. So I'm happy to see him away from her. Do
you feel like Nicki brings out the worst in people, or
I don't know what it is, man. I just feel like people just gotta act differently when they be with her because I guess she the baddest or whatever. So they probably just be on their P's and Q's just with her and just act differently. Like Meek wasn't acting like himself when he was with Nicki, so.
I can see that.
Yeah, I'm happy he hopped back in his Philly bag. I know you saw that Funk Flex freestyle he dropped today.
I just saw that before I came over.
Oh boy!
Wow.
Yeah,
this guy is really talented.
He was snapping on there, man. That's my guy, man. So I'm happy for him. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of blew me away because anytime an artist can be freestyling and it literally looked like they wrote the whole thing, like I was like, did he write this? Because this is just too smooth right now. Like how is it just like the flow is impeccable on that back to back, and then he's like, oh, give me another beat, give me another beat. I was like,
just ripping through everything, and then it's just.
You saw Funk Flex. He was like, he had that.
That's real hip hop. Like not only that, like I'm not that guy that comes down on like different type of raps. Like for instance, we in that mumble rap generation. I'm a fan. Like I love mumble rap. Like I love the Lil Uzis of the world. I love I don't know who's.
Well, I love Lil Uzi though.
Like who's more mumble rappers? I guess like.
I would say Quavo. Migos.
Yeah, Migos. Like I love all that shit. Like I think all that shit is hot. Personally, I guess the Migos are mumble rappers or. Why am I blanking on mumble rappers right now?
What's his name?
What's the hottest artist out right now?
Crap.
What Lil Yachty and.
Lil Yachty. I mean, I don't really care for him too much, but I'm blanking out too.
Kodak can rap, so I'm not say
Kodak can flow.
I don't know why I'm blanking on it, but anyways, I'm a huge fan of mumble, like whatever mumble rapper that'll come on, like and they.
Is Ace Boogie? What Ace Boogie?
He's not. Ace Boogie can rap.
Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. Yeah, I mean, no, there's so many of them, you know what I mean, out right now.
Yeah, you just be forgetting who's who, basically.
And Lil Baby. No, Lil Baby.
Lil Baby's a mumble rapper.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's a mumble rapper.
I like his project.
Him and Gunna are mumble rappers for sure. I didn't actually get to fully listen to Lil Baby's rappers because I've been listening to Meek shit so much, but
Right.
I'm a later at some point like later this week. I'm gonna just sit down and just
switch gears.
Go through it. But I've been hearing good things. I'm a fan. I'm a Baby fan. So I was disappointed in him and Gunna's tape, the collabo tape, but.
I haven't heard that.
They dropped it. I don't know what 2 months, maybe about 2 months ago now. They dropped they dropped Drip Harder.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I heard about it,
and it was okay. It was like definitely some skips on there for sure. And the problem is it's only like 8 songs.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta check that out. But that's kind of disappointing to hear because everyone is like pairing. Like I heard they're being called like the new Outcast. Like. Or like there's some comparisons being made.
I wish everybody that's listening to this could just see my face right now. What?
That's what I heard. I think it was in Nessa's interview in Hot 97. I think she was like,
Who she interviewed with?
She interviewed just Baby by himself.
And he said that we knew Outkast?
Well, no, he didn't say. She was like, well, the talk is that you guys are being compared to Outkast, according to, I forgot what article said it.
That's high praise.
That's really high praise. I think it's a little too premature to be.
I think that's some super, over the top high praise, but that's high praise for sure.
Yeah, it's a bit much. Yeah. I think we need to stop over crediting things, and sometimes you just need to let things time itself out. Exactly. I feel like because he's still really new to the game, so to be comparing them to someone like
and he doing good too. So I'm a fan.
His
of
work
Baby
ethic.
For sure. Yeah, I'm a fan of Baby for sure. He put out some good music.
Yeah,
he put out some good music. I'm a fan of his.
I liked his album. I was like,
him and Gunna. I'm gonna have to listen to it. I like I said, I've only listened to like one song off of it, just because I've been listening to Meek so much, and I haven't really had a chance because of work. But I gotta sit down and listen to it. I'm a big fan of him and Gunna for sure.
Yeah, I think that would be a good workout playlist too. I think it's pretty like it's dope. I was like, okay, well baby, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to some of your old stuff because I was not expecting to like it.
Man, you gotta tune into all those mixtapes. Harder Than Ever, Drip Harder or something. No, Harder Than Ever.
Okay.
Too hard.
Yeah,
something like that. Everything says hard in it. So yeah, just play off that. That's why you get drip harder because Gunna's all his stuff is drip season.
Oh, so they combine the two, Drip and Hard. Okay.
Drip harder,
yeah. Well, anytime you get something like a Drake cosign, you already know.
Yeah. Well, again, he'll cosign.
Your career is catapulting right to the top.
He'll cosign anything, so yeah.
I don't think he cosigns anything
co-sign
now.
Anything. That man,
he has a good ear for talent.
Yeah, he'll cosign anything.
So Meek and Drake, congrats on becoming besties. Apparently now we can get more collabs.
Yeah.
And that's really exciting. Hopefully they stay on that path. And then also some other things from the album, Cardi obviously on Me. I love that song. Before I even heard it, I was like, I had high expectations for it because I am a big Cardi fan. I like what I'm saying?
I'm a huge Cardi fan.
Yeah, and I just feel like Meek's and they have similar energy to me.
Yeah, it's the East
when
Coast.
They get on them like trap songs.
Yeah, that's that East Coast vibe right there. That you've seen it. You live on the East Coast now. That's that New York Philly wave. Like it's crazy how similar the cities really are.
Yeah.
And how the people act the same. Basically, it's just. They literally just cities are just in 2 different states. That's all.
Right, but they're so close, so close to each other. And Cardi did take some slight jabs at Nicki. She said, "I've been hard working and humble. Believe me, I've heard of the mumble. I'm just gonna leave it alone because I will put burners to bundles. Bitches are miserable. They are so typical. Hating is cheap, not my material." So
sure that was
clearly.
You sure that was a subliminal?
I think that was a subliminal. With everything that's happened this year between the two of them, on social media.
And those are 2 people that need to get their differences right too. But here's what I'll say in defense of Cardi. Her whole thing is she always, appreciated Nicki, and she said
she did.
She went on that long Instagram rant of when she put up 10 posts in a row talking about.
After Nicki went on Queen.
Went on Queen.
Talking about how she got beat up.
Yeah. She said, I always appreciated you when I was growing up. I listened to your music when I was in high school. I was always a fan. Here's the thing. It's that respectability shit that people that are older than us think is still a thing. Where they get grandfathered into respectability. Like that is no longer a thing anymore. It's you have to earn your respect. I don't understand where this whole idea is. I was here. I laid the groundwork for you before. Where's my homage at? Where's my respect at? I feel like that's where Nicki coming at Cardi is like she didn't show enough respect to her. Basically, like she didn't bow down to her. And I'm just like, what logic is that? Like I don't live by that. I don't understand that, and I never will understand. It's like you working, with somebody new and they're above you, and they got they just have like they just got like a bigger status than you basically, and like they're like your superior or something like that. Like at what point of them not showing you respect do you have to give them respect? Like if somebody was talking down on you, talking crazy to you, and since they're your superior, you have to respect them still? What?
Exactly.
Here's the thing. Nicki is Cardi's superior. We get it. Nicki's been here for what is it, a decade plus now, I guess?
Yeah, over
Cardi,
10 years.
Cardi's a new thing. Cardi's been hot for what, about 2 years now, I guess, if that.
Yeah, this is the second year.
Is this her second? Yeah, this is her second year of being hot. Nicki laid the groundwork for Cardi, and that's fine. But for the life of me, I don't understand how Nicki wants Cardi to just bow down to her and just pay respect to her, like just because Nicki was one of the first to do it. Like, okay, how come Nicki didn't do that to Lil' Kim? How come she didn't show her respect in that same way?
Yeah,
the logic of these people is crazy to me. I don't get it. I think Nicki is just completely in the wrong in that whole situation.
Yeah, I have to agree, and that's why I've been so upset, with Nicki, the person, not Nicki the artist, but Nicki the person, because she really has been on this negative, like, I'm gonna, try to bring people down. I'm gonna do shady things, stopping bags and putting the twins, from the strip club in my video.
But she always want to talk about, I'm
a
black
queen.
women, I'm a queen, this, that, and the third. Like, that's not queen shit. Like, that's corny. That's what peasants do. You don't do that.
Exactly.
Like you said, she always be talking about, I'm trying to lift community, this, that, and the third. Well, fucking do it. Like, you got one of the hottest young artists coming up right now from your city, making an impact in your city, coming from nothing, just like you did. And this is how you want. This is how you want to start it. This is how you want to treat her. It's corny.
Yeah, because easily Nicki, she could have taken the approach of let me bring her in, let me welcome her, let me, kind of rally support for her, let me put her on a song, because obviously she is the hottest thing right now. Whether she writes her own songs, whether you think her flow is trash, whether you think she's still
in
too
the hip hop
amateur.
community is the hottest up and coming artist in the hip hop community right now.
Right.
Like I don't even think it's close because. Like don't get me wrong, like there's other artists that are up and coming right now, like I said, like Lil Baby, like Gunna, like I don't know, Trippie Redd, I guess, or somebody in that ilk. But Cardi is literally followed by every famous person you could think of.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knows who she is.
She's gotten to the biggest stage the fastest.
Like, think about it. She's about to perform at the Super Bowl, dog. Like that.
Did she confirm that?
Yeah, she's
really,
because she's on that song Maroon 5. Maroon 5 is
Girls Like You.
Yeah, Girls Like You, and that obviously I think that peaked at #1 for like 5 weeks. So obviously she was supposed to be on the bill as like, I guess she probably got like the feature on there doing that song with them, and then I'm assuming they're gonna let her do like a song or two. I hope.
Okay, because I think she was like, well, I haven't decided yet. It depends on how my set is gonna be. It depends on what the rules are and what we can negotiate.
If I was her, I'd make sure I be there.
Me too.
It's 41 million people watching that. You better make sure your ass is on that stage performing at halftime. That's what I let her know.
But the other thing that she had mentioned a while back is that she does heavily support Kaepernick, so that was another thing that she was thinking about. That's another issue too. She doesn't fuck with.
That's a real touchy subject, man. Honestly, I don't even know how you approach that if you was an artist. Like Rihanna's just flat out was like, look, I'm not doing it. Like, it's fair. Like that's great, but like, what I tell a young artist, like, it probably depends on the person. Like, what do you believe in? Like, Cardi clearly believes in like, all the stuff that's relevant today, like black people trying to be uplifting to black people, this and the third, and people in Latino communities and all that. But it depends on how far that belief goes, whether that notoriety is worth it. That's on her. I wouldn't be mad if she turned it down. I wouldn't be mad if she if she didn't perform.
You know, I think at this point she has established herself to a point where she's not a one-hit wonder. She
doesn't need it.
All her 15 minutes of fame. Who is this chick?
Yeah.
Like, she's gonna come and go like so many other female rappers. Like, I think she's kind of like surpassed that threshold to where if she decides not to do it, I think she's gonna be good. Like, I think there's gonna be plenty of other major, you know, stages. Maybe the Grammys might, you know, try to pull her to perform, because I mean her dominance is so, like, you know what I mean, like,
it's crazy,
unbeatable right now, that like you would be foolish to not try to work with her, not try to bring her into whatever you're doing.
She touching every fan. There's not one demographic that's not listening to Cardi right now.
Yeah.
Not one demographic.
Not at all. Not at all. And then also another song on the album, For Free, that's been, you know, getting a lot of attention, obviously, featuring Jay-Z and Rick Ross. Really, really good song. I mean, as soon as you hear it, you know this can be played on the radio. It's a conscious song that's radio friendly. Absolutely. Like, it's basically a win-win. You know, and obviously everyone's been going crazy about, you know, the Jay-Z line with, you know, don't try to Prince and my MJ, me and Ye or whatnot. And everyone was thinking he was dissing him, like, you know, and then also talking about how he was like, I'm not a house nigga, like, I own my own house, like, my house is bigger than yours. So people were like, oh, so is he saying Kanye's the house nigga? Because he was just shucking and jiving at the White House not too long ago. So there's definitely a lot of, you know, a lot of hearsay. But Jay-Z did log on to Twitter for probably only the third time in his life to clear up, and he said, the line clearly meant, don't pit me against my brothers, no matter what our differences are, Red Hat. Now go pick up Meek album. Drake and Meek are on there together. So just like in his lyrics, there's a lot to decode in this one tweet. The things that stood out to me is the fact that he's still referring to Ye as his brother. So to me, I'm like, is that like an olive branch? Like, is he trying to like send a message like, yo, like, I don't hate you, I still love you, you are still a little brother to me. You know, that's the one.
This goes before, like, think about like the whole Trump thing, right? Like how that's ruined tons of friendships, and like I'm sure you probably lost a couple of friends with this whole election with him and you know, his presidency, and how people started acting during his rise to becoming the president of the United States. Like, I flat out tell you, I really don't associate with people that associate their beliefs with him. Like, it's just, me personally,
you just draw the line there.
I don't feel comfortable with you. Like, I feel like you don't feel comfortable with me. So let's just not fake it. Let's not fake it. Like, I'm probably not cool with you. Chances are, like, I just don't. I don't know. I just don't support what he supports, and then what he supports is disgusting to me. So if you support that, then how could I support you? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking, my thing is, the lines between me and certain people that, because I mean, I didn't really have too many friends that supported Trump in the first place. I mean, I knew people growing up, but like those friendships could be easily cut off. That's nothing. Like, you know what I mean? I take my mind over ever associating with something like that. This is saying him and Kanye got such a history together, and I think he knows that Kanye is going through something. Like, I think everybody knows that Kanye is not all there. And I think he's standing by his side as a good friend, as a brother, as a mentor. But he's acknowledging that they do have differences. Like, he's saying differences means we got issues. So I think personally, he's saying we do have differences, we do have issues, but at the same time, that's still family, that's still blood. We've been through a lot together, and I'm not willing to just end it just because he's acting like an idiot right now. I feel like there's something, you know, more going on with him that we don't know about, and I'm not just gonna leave him, you know, on the wayside because he's not mentally okay. Like, we talk about mental health in the Black community all the time.
Yeah.
Now, at least now, because it's serious. Like I feel like I'm just realizing it now. Like, damn, like, us as Black people, period, like, we just go through a lot that's like mentally like challenging. Like, whether
on a daily basis,
like whether it's the spaces you work in, wherever you go, where you shop at, like getting groceries, getting looked at differently, like
driving,
especially if you're not in like a black community, or even if you live in an impoverished community where you got no education, no hopes, like that's that's serious. Like I was listening to Meek talk about, like, he's like, yeah, like we grew up in the trenches, like where guess what, like 20 of your friends is dead by the time you 18.
Yeah.
And then like that's like, think about that, like that's mentally challenging. Think about that. Like that's like going to war at where you live at. That's like going to Afghanistan, like in your hometown, like where you grew up at. And I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, like I never looked at it like that. And I'm sure a lot of people don't look at it like that, but they live in it and then they don't understand it. And I feel like, bringing it all back to Jay-Z and Kanye, I feel like he's looking at it objectively from the outside in, like, yo, like I know dude, like I know he's not like this. I know mentally he's going through something. In the black community, like mental health is serious. Like either we gotta get him help, or I gotta, keep my distance and let him figure out what's going on with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's what Jay-Z's, pretty much saying. I mean, I just said a lot right there, but I think that's what he said in this whole tweet. I mean, it says a lot. It says enough to me, basically. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that, it's very resonating to see that, because I think for a minute, like, people have Jay-Z wash his hands of Kanye because of how distant he's been ever since the whole wedding situation, when they didn't go to Kim and Kanye's wedding. That's where the rift started from, and it's just kind of, went on from there. So I think with how Jay-Z, how meticulous he is in not speaking on things and not, gossiping and not sharing his thoughts, it's like you really just have to guess or assume a lot of times, because he would not confirm or deny anything. So seeing this, I was pretty shocked, because I'm like, oh wow, there's still a chance for the relationship to be mended. He's not turning his back on him completely. He's not washed his hands of Kanye as a man, as a brother. So that was like a bit of a relief to see, because I was almost like, I think it's done.
Deep down, we know what Kanye, we know the real Kanye. Like, we know this is just, he's clearly not all there right now, and we got to take all that into consideration. Like don't get me wrong, like, I'll never support how he's acting now, because to me that goes against morally everything I've ever been taught or learned. But again, you gotta recognize the big picture here. There's clearly something going on with him mentally, and Jay-Z is acknowledging that, and he's saying that we have our differences, but it's going to be worked out eventually, and I hope it will. Like, I'm not a fan of seeing relationships just die, especially a relationship like this. Like, think about it. I always said to myself, I always thought Kanye was the second greatest contributor to hip hop ever. Like, I've always said that.
So who's the first one?
Dr. Dre. I just think Dr. Dre is responsible for too many eras of hip hop, like starting with G-Funk, and then Tupac, Death Row, Snoop, and then Eminem, some shady aftermath, and then 50 Cent, and then Game, and then Kendrick Lamar. Like I just
it's so many branches.
Yeah, it's just he's just been responsible for too much, and I feel like Kanye is like right under that. Think about it, like Kanye helped that whole Rockefeller movement when he was producing records. Produced a ton of, honestly, Kanye produced so much stuff that we don't even know, and he had hands on, and just a lot of great material that he's touched. Like a lot of the black, like a lot of Rockefeller stuff that we grew up listening to, he helped produce. So I appreciate that, especially, I mean, you from Chicago, like he's helped Common a lot, like good music, like this man he's
a genius.
Yeah,
he's a musical
the man has
genius.
Put his hands well into hip hop, and I've always said he's the second greatest contributor to hip hop.
I like that. I like how you bundled that and packaged that up. I mean, I hope, and then Ye responding on Twitter saying, Watch the Throne 2 question mark. Yeah. So he was like, well, since my name is being brought up and my name is being said by Jay-Z. Let me just hurry up. So what do you think about, do you think
let him get himself right, and then they can talk about Watch the Throne 2.
Do you think it will happen though? Like, there's a lot of variables that
once Kanye gets himself right, like he'll get himself adjusted in the next, I don't know, hopefully year or two or something like that, and then they'll start working on Watch the Throne 2, and then maybe 2021, 2020, something like that. We'll hear Watch the Throne 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
you make it sound so simple. Like,
I
you just gotta get himself together real quick.
I think it can get worked out. I think this situation can get worked out because this is Jay-Z clearly saying I'm not leaving him. Like I'm not, I'm not going to completely disregard the man. So.
Right. Okay. So he's definitely leaving that door open.
Yeah.
He's extending that olive branch. He's putting it out in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
This is possible.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, okay, Kanye, I made my first move. So now what are you going to do to contribute to rebuilding our relationship, to getting that trust back, to us having that conversation? If Drake and Meek can come full circle,
it's all on Kanye. It really is all on Kanye just getting better mentally.
It is. And just to add to what you're saying, I think you say you don't know he is going through a lot mentally. We don't really know why. I think I know why. I mean, Kardashian curse. Like, it's really, people always laugh and crack up like, oh, that's so funny.
But that thing is real, man.
It's real as hell. Like, it's not a joke. Like,
I feel like it's starting to, it's going to mess with my basketball team too in the near future. I know you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen they went ice skating the other day.
Oh. God, Jesus, get her away from the city, get her away from my team.
But
we
wait
have
a minute,
team right now.
the Jenners are not as bad as the Kardashians.
The Jenners aren't, because look at Travis. No,
yeah,
Travis
look at Travis. They mind their own business, like they're low key.
They low key.
They don't.
They move different. They move different for sure.
So maybe Ben and Kendall will move different too, because she's really like down to earth, like no plastic surgery, like she legit wanted to be a model, like work hard at it.
Listen, as long as my team keep winning, I don't care. But if they start losing, I know why.
Everybody gonna be looking for
her ass. Gotta get the fuck up out of my city if they start losing. All right.
You are always so kind to women, Cliff.
No, come on. Stop. Don't do that. Come on. Y'all know. Everybody know that I show love to every girl that I've ever worked with, went to school with, hung out with, whatever the case may be. I always show
anybody
love.
You want to shout out?
Show love to. Shout out to my mom, Liz. Shout out to my sisters, Julie and Juliet.
That's what's up. Yeah, keep it in the family.
Keep it in the family.
But
and they on the medical field too, just so y'all know.
Yeah, so
y'all smart.
They smart. Yeah, Cliff, you smart too.
Nah, you gonna move along.
Don't lowball yourself now.
Alright.
Why you got on this LSU hoodie? What is this about? I got it for free
at work, so this is a.
It's a nice hoodie though. I'm just like, what's going on here?
I have no affiliation with LSU. I just think the hoodie is fire. I think the colors is crazy. That yellow and purple.
Oh, you a Lakers fan?
I'm not a Lakers fan, but I just think the tiger with the purple and the gold and it's ooh.
No, it's fire though, especially like the football uniforms. Like that looks so like hot on the field. For sure.
Yes.
Well, I would never turn down free clothing or free food, so I would be doing the same thing you're doing.
Exactly.
Rocking that shit like I bought it at the store.
Exactly. You don't got no room to talk.
But for this championships album, let's talk real quick about our favorite songs and favorite collabs.
Yeah.
So I'll start off. My favorite songs definitely like "Stuck in My Ways."
Okay.
Like I mess
with
that.
You like "Stuck in Your Ways"?
Yeah, I like when Meek does like the ratchet, like upbeat, like just saying crazy, stuff, being unapologetic about it. Like I don't take it too literal as a woman or whatever. I know it's like, oh, the feminist answer would be, oh my gosh, how could he be saying? But a lot of times these rappers ain't like it's just. The line sounds good, you know what I mean? Although he probably didn't mean what he was saying, but I like what it sounds like. I like that. I love, What's Free. Obviously, I like Respect the Game.
Respect the Game.
I like Cold-Hearted too.
That's
definitely one of my favorite joints. It's just so real, he really ended the album.
Yeah, the thing is, I still got some lyrics to catch up on too in the album. Like I feel like I haven't caught every line, every sneak line, every sub line, something. So I still got because I've only listened to every song probably like it came out
last Friday?
Yeah, like Friday overnight or Thursday into Friday overnight. I listened to I don't like listening to new music in the gym, so I didn't really get a chance to listen to it at all Friday. So Saturday when I woke up, I started listening to Sunday. I started listening to it. Obviously yesterday I had work, so I probably listened to every song about give or take like 3-4 times.
Okay.
So I still got some more listening sessions to do with the whole album, and then really go through it and then pick up on every every bar that's put in by every person on this album. So I still got some more work to do as far as diving into each song.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, Stuck in My Ways is dope.
Yeah, no, it's really, really dope. You know, there's so many Respect the Game, just kind of going through the rules of what fuck shit is, what, you know, niggas do or whatever that's acceptable, that's not acceptable, like that G-code mentality, that street mentality, like this is how you're supposed to move, this is what happens when,
it's crazy,
you know what I mean?
Because rappers been giving us game for like 20 years, like Biggie's been telling us, do this, Tupac especially, he's been telling us to move certain ways since I was, you know, 1 year old, like I think Tupac died when I was like 2 years old, he's been telling us to move.
and everything he says still applies.
Still, like, that's why he's the greatest rapper of all time, because like everything he ever said is still relevant, and he did all that shit before he was 25, or when he was 25. He accomplished all that. Think about it. He died at 25 and did all those dope ass movies, all that amazing music, and we was robbed of that man before he hit 30. Like, that's crazy. He
was just entering his prime. He hadn't even hit his prime yet.
I don't even consider that hitting in your prime. Like, being a rapper now, entering your prime is probably like being what, like 28, I guess, like 29, even 30s maybe. Like,
I would say like that 28, 29.
Like 28, 29. Because when did Drake drop what was it? Take Care. I guess.
Oh no, you talking about the mixtape?
No, Take Care. Like the album. He's probably what?
I think he was 26.
26, 27?
26, 27,
yeah, 26, 20. That's probably right about where your prime starts. It's probably like your third or fourth album or so. So, he didn't even touch his prime, I don't think. He did, because I think he only had, what, two studio albums? Yeah, I think he only had 2 studio albums. All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli, something of the Dawn or something like that. And a lot of his stuff is posthumously released, so... Yeah, we were thoroughly robbed of Tupac, for sure.
Oh, same with Aaliyah. I mean,
God.
You know,
Jesus.
the same type of story.
Aaliyah, Lisa Left Eye, I mean...
It's just heartbreaking.
It's crazy,
it really is.
It's really crazy.
You can only wonder how big their career, how much bigger their career would have been, how much more great music we would have gotten. You know, so, you know, R.I.P. to all the legendary artists that we've lost.
Absolutely.
You know. So what's some of your favorite songs? Like, just based on what you hearing it a couple of times, what are some songs that you know for sure is like top of the top? Like,
Respect the Game was free. As far as like my party song on there, I like Uptown Vibes. I'm a fan of going out in New York. Like, I love that city. And then like I get that Uptown vibe, and when you go out there, I'm like, damn, I know exactly what they're talking about. Obviously, they party on a different level than we all do, but you know what I mean. Like, when you go out there, New York just got a whole different feel to it. So that's like my favorite party song on there. The joint with LMA is dope.
24/7.
24/7, yeah. That's not a joint you can listen to every day though, but that's definitely like a little fallback, little cuffing type track right there. What else do I like? I like the joint with Kodak, Tic Tac Toe.
I like that too. I
think that track was hot. I honestly, I like every song. That's the crazy part. Like, I can't say any song was bad on there. Like,
Trauma was just what a great opening. You know what I mean? Like
the intro, too.
Yo,
is he undefeated with intros, yo? I think Meek is undefeated with intros.
He might be. That was Phil Collins. He had a Phil Collins
one of my homies from back home, I went to elementary school, and helped produce that song.
Really?
He has producer credits on there. Yeah.
Like the original.
The intro to that. No, not the original Phil Collins. Oh. No. The
but
intro.
You got some old ass friends.
No. the Meek intro, yeah.
Wow, that's
he had producer credits on there, yeah.
Damn, big ups to him.
Yeah, shout out Andrew Meteorite, man. Elkins Park Finest right there. Shout out to him.
Wow, that's definitely what's up. Yeah. Maybe he'll, be working with him again in the future.
He's worked with like P&B Rock. He's worked with a couple artists, OCD Motion Twist. He sent records to Lil Uzi. He's worked with a bevy of decent young up and comer. I think he sent some. He got credits on a Tory Lanez song. Yeah, no, he doing his thing. I went to elementary school with him, young kid out of Oakland Park. He doing his thing. Shout out Andrew Mayer, like I said.
Yeah, that's definitely what's up. And then last question on this Meek album. Do you feel like the project as a whole really captured like his experience in prison and jail?
Yeah,
like
I
the
do.
parole situation, Judge Denise Brinkley, like do you feel like you learned more about what he went through in some of these songs?
I think it's pretty. If you're a fan of Meek, he's a great interview. So I'm sure if you probably watch interviews and that explains more than what the music is talking about, because you probably miss a lot of it just listen to the music. But I think he did a good job of picturing it. Like he's talking about the trauma he's going through by growing up in the hood and growing up in Philly, where it's trust me, it's really reckless out in Philly. It's lawless out there, and then for somebody who finally first of all, he probably wasn't even on a bad path really. Like he was just an up and coming rapper from a neighborhood trying to do his thing, trying to get out the hood, do best for his family, and it's just the system that's trying to break him down. Like this. The system, the probation shit is literally like a sick joke. Like he said, this been haunting me for years, and every time they try to get me for popping willies or something like that, I'm like, really, like you know what I mean? Like this is what they do to you to keep you down, and then they don't think they think they're doing the right thing, but realistically speaking, it's just a racist policy, and like I'm sick of him having to go through that, because he makes an impact on our community. We don't have a lot of people doing that. Like Philly needs that. Philly needs somebody that's global like him to make an impact for the community, and he's definitely a global ambassador for Philly.
Yeah. Straight up. Like, and I could pray that he continues to just maximize on all his opportunities, on this new wave that he's in. I'm really happy to see that. I'm happy to see the growth, what I mean?
Yeah.
And to kind of see, like, now he's being dubbed the People's Champ, and I think, that's a perfect nickname for him.
America needs that, man.
Yeah.
People need that realness, and they don't want to see the reality of what people like him going through, but he's going through some things, and I've watched it since I was in, I don't know, third, like I said, it's like 6th graders when I first watched him first, like Meek freestyle. So to see his rise to the top is tremendous, and I'm happy to just witness it all,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Me too. Yeah. So witnessing Meek's rise, it has been really, great to watch. But unfortunately, witnessing the fall and the very sudden fall of Tekashi 6ix9ine,
I like what you did
just,
there.
It just leaves me shaking my head, because this boy, I mean, I don't even know.
First of all, how do you feel about Tekashi? Like, as just everything that he was doing, what he represented, like everything he was talking about, like what are your feelings on him? I want to gauge how you going to angle your thoughts on his on him.
On him as an artist, or you mean just the whole package?
Yeah, like everything. Yeah.
Overall, I would say he's very entertaining. I think he, business-wise, for how young he is, he definitely has a knack for being able to capitalize on a following, building popularity, building a buzz, utilizing different marketing strategies that grown-ass people, are sitting behind their desks trying to do. He's been able to just kind of do it on the fly, and it's working so well for him. So I think from a marketing standpoint, an entertainment standpoint, he's very funny. He is a likable person. When you listen, like when you watch his interviews, he's one of those artists that you can sit down and watch an hour interview from him. Even though you may not give a damn about his music, you may think he's trash, but when you listen to him in his interviews and see how he jokes and talks and stuff, how he trolls people, it is entertaining. And I think that there's a space for that in hip hop. There's a space for that in rap. And so I think that part of it, he has a unique skill that not everybody has, so he could have really taken that all the way to, the end zone, like just took it and run with it, and he would have been very successful. As far as his music, I'm not like a huge fan of it. I know he does have like a cult following. Like I don't know what you call like the type of sound he has. I don't know what to call that. I mean, it's just it's just
I thought he was like a young DMX just like screaming and shit. Like,
no, he does kind of. No, that's a good comparison actually.
Yeah.
Like that, he tried to have like that raspy voice, and he's just like barking like a dog, like you know. But I mean, I think when he does like his little collaborations and he switches up his sound, I kind of like when he goes in that direction. Like the song he has with A Boogie, I really like that. Obviously, I love him and Nicki's song, even though that was very
the Fifi
very controversial or whatever. But I really like the song. I think he's a good kid. I think, you know, he's really harmless, but he's taken on this path of this is how I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna join forces with Bloods. I'm gonna like perpetrate and act like this is what I am when he has.
Oh, so you thought he was just trying to cling on to something, and he wasn't being himself really.
Yeah, I knew from the beginning, like, he ain't really a Blood. Like, I don't know how he built that alliance, but I figure it had to do with him being a popular rapper, him having money, and the Bloods probably just was like, okay, cool, like, yeah, you fuck with us, so we fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, obviously you didn't get initiated. There's an initiation process. Like, you have to do stuff, like, when you join a gang. It's not just, hey, wear the colors and we start doing videos and shit, and like, nah, it's not no joke. Like,
he figured that out fast then.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
he figured that one out fast.
Right, but he has gotten into so much trouble this year. Like, it's almost like it was almost to be anticipated that this arrest happened. You know,
I'm looking at the sheet you prepared for me, and I'm like, damn, I remember that happened.
And this isn't even everything. Yeah. This isn't even.
I didn't even know he got arrested for assaulting a cop in May. I remember that, and I remember he got robbed and kidnapped because they made a big deal out of that. FBI did raid his crib. The Philippe Child shooting, I remember that.
That was a big thing.
Yeah, and then and I remember he said he fired his whole team. It's crazy for mishandling all his money in his books. It's crazy because when he went to jail, he offered his entire bank account to get bailed out, and it was only like $1 million, like $1.5 million. I'm like, wait. All that shit he was talking, I thought he had way. Not like, don't get me wrong, like obviously we all would fucking love to have $1 million, but I'm just saying, like, I swore he had like way more. That he was, you know, he was talking heavy all up on the Instagram, talking heavy to all the Chicago rappers, talking heavy to Casanova. Well, he cool with them now. YG, like he really, like, people from Houston, like he really was trying to beef with every single person. I thought his bank was just bigger. That's it. And like, I'm not throwing shade or nothing. Like, I genuinely thought that he had more money than that.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that amount as well. But then I started to think about it, and I'm like, oh, it's because he hasn't been able to do so many shows because of the persona and the risk that he carries with him. That so many booking agents, so many venues like say hell no, like we can't take you. You're a liability, you're a risk, and you probably will get somebody shot and killed in this place. So we unfortunately can't do a show with you.
That's definitely
true. I think because of that, he hasn't made as much money as he could have.
Yeah.
Compared to other artists that tour.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, situations just like I want to feel bad, but like at the same time I just don't, because like you could have played this smart. You could have made your money and you could have been good, but you wanted to do all that Blood Treyway shit, get affiliated and be fake affiliated, and then you just put that shit on yourself, and it was just like, I'm not gonna miss you. Like, yeah, trolling people too was cool too. Like, that shit did give me a couple laughs when he was trolling all the Chicago rappers like Chief Keef and them. That
and Vic Mensa.
It was Vic Mensa. Yeah. Hey, we was trolling like Chief Keef, Vic Mensa. Lil Reese was definitely heavily involved in that, all that. That shit was hilarious, but at the same time, it's just like, brother, you put all that on yourself, and I ain't gonna feel not one lick bad for you. So
another thing that was interesting to me is that several artists have tried to talk to him, have tried to like give him the game, give him some real sound advice, and he's pretty much like kind of just brushed off everything like, I'm good, like I'm untouchable, like I'm the king of New York. I do what I want.
Yep.
I tell you suck my dick. Like, and that's the end of the story. But like
Exactly.
Fat Joe has tried to talk with him.
I seen that. Yeah.
Charlemagne has tried so many times
Yep.
to give him advice. He's been up to the Breakfast
like
Club
you move,
twice.
like you not moving right. Yeah, he definitely wasn't moving right. Yeah.
Yeah, and even Meek Mill was talking about how he was like really trying to like talk to him like, hey, I want to talk to you. And he's like, yeah, let's set it up. And you know, he never got a chance to talk to him. I guess he didn't reach out or, you know, but it's like there's so many people that have been trying to, you know, calm him down, really trying to tell him like, yo, all the stuff you're doing, you think it's for the gram, you think like it's funny, you think it's because it's going to get you more
because he's young. Like, he probably didn't grasp, like he's so young, he didn't really, think about it, he's 22. He probably didn't really grasp like what the hell was actually happening. So, and then shit just hit the fan real fast, and now, guess what? Shit hit the fan fast. Guess what? Now you end up in jail with racketeering charges and shit. Like, when's the last time you heard of somebody getting fucking racketeering charges? Like, you got that. I haven't heard that since like the 50s shit. Like with Tommy guns and shit like that. Like, they was really trying to get on your ass if you got some racketeering charges, and they said, "Fuck this guy. We getting you, and that's it." Like.
Yeah, like we're putting you away.
Yeah, like we enough of this fucking nonsense that you keep putting out. So he ain't moved properly basically, so.
Yeah, no, he didn't, and I feel like he had so many opportunities for it to click. Like, oh, I need to make moves quick. I need to separate myself. I need to, you know, start moving like this. Let me try to change like my artist persona.
Yeah.
Let me come in a different way. Like, he had so much time. It wasn't like he just came out 2 months ago and the single's doing good and now everything's falling apart. It's like he's been doing this for over a year, and then you think he would have learned from his sexual sexual misconduct.
Yeah, the misconduct shit,
case that he got like, well, I guess 5 years of probation or whatever. Like, you didn't do any jail time for that. That should have been a wake up call for you that, wow, God, you really are giving me another chance.
Right.
Like, he could have went away for that. And for him to still, after that, like, still, be running with Treyway and all that, like, they're not going to have your back. They're there because you have money.
He got robbed by his own people. Like, that's all that you need to know. He got robbed by his own people.
Yeah.
He's trusting the wrong folks. He got, people was running in his crib. They said apparently it was his own people was trying to put a hit on him, from what I understand. Like.
Yeah. And that's what the robbery or whatnot that happened was supposedly somebody from his team.
From his own team. Like, that's.
There's an inside
just moving
job.
wrong. You just moved wrong, period. And I can't feel bad for you if you moved wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I don't feel bad for him. His sense of entitlement and his just I don't give a fuck attitude like about anything. It makes it really hard for anybody to feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
And all the trolling that he did, all the insults.
The trolling I have no problem with, because that's just hip hop, period. Like, I laugh at shit like that. That's part of the game. If you don't know, you gotta troll back. Listen, somebody came at me, I'm going right back at him. So I thought that was funny. But all the other extra shit, I mean, again, that's really all on you, yo. Like, you had control of every situation you was ever in. So I can't feel bad. Like, simple as that. I just can't feel bad for you.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, but at the same time, I think it was bound to happen.
It was.
The feds have been watching for over 2 years. Especially with the 9 Trey Bloods gang. They've been watching their moves, and now Tekashi has come into the fold.
He knew that the feds was watching his moves too.
He acted like he had no idea what was going on.
That's fucking the hip hop police. Hip hop police watch every artist in hip hop. So for him to not know that the damn feds was on him, and not just the feds, like these specialized cops that are there to target you and bring you down, it's just dumb. So you gotta be an idiot to not think that, to think you was just moving on your own and everything was gonna be straight. Like, they got so much evidence on this man, and like they put him on Instagram. It's crazy. So,
yeah, and they're saying that they're gonna reopen, I guess, the sexual case, and like they're looking to recharge it, maybe based on new evidence that they're finding.
I didn't even know that.
And that there's an informant that is also a part of the case as well. So Tekashi's lawyers are saying that is not a good sign for them. That's not good news for them. But I guess they're just gonna continue to keep fighting and trying to go err on the side of he's an entertainer. all of this is part of his persona. He's not really a blood. He didn't really kill anybody.
This is where you play damage control, right? Isn't this where you play damage control? Oh, none of that was real. All entertainment. It was all fake. My lyrics is fake. Yeah, okay. Yep. Now don't backtrack now, brother.
Right. Because when you come home, everybody gonna be the laughing stock in hip hop.
Yep. You're gonna be right in your face laughing.
So you better start getting that comedian career up and running. All the jokes and trolling, you better make a full blown career out of that, because the music thing,
that shit is over
with.
It's over with now.
Do you think there's any chance that he may get bail? Because the whole situation is that his trial is set for next September.
Yeah.
So as of now, he may sit in jail for a whole year, but his defense team is still hoping that they can get him bail, which basically pay $800,000, whatever the court asks for, and so that he can come out and be free until his trial date. Do you think there's any possibility? Because it's a slim chance right now.
From what I heard, he offered his entire bank account to get released from bail.
Yeah.
If they said no to that, that means you got some serious shit going on. So, and plus he might be a flight risk too. Like.
They did say that.
Yeah, because I think he has like Mexican not residency. What's it called, yo? Like I don't know. Yo, I really forget what it's called. You gotta remind me, yo. It's not residency. It's like.
You talking about like based on where he lives at, or like?
No. Because he's from New York, but I'm saying it's like you have yo. I can't believe I'm blanking on it right now. Not residency, but you got like ability to like. To leave one country and stay in another country or something.
Oh, like a double, crap, what is it?
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I can't believe we not remembering that. Yeah.
I'm about to say double passport. Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Citizenship. Yeah. That. So, good luck. Yeah, like, seriously, it's not looking too hot for your boy Tekashi.
Yeah, it's not looking good at all. I mean, what did you think of his album though, Dummy Boy?
It was trash, but I mean,
you think there was any bright spots?
No, but again, that's just him. Like, think about it. What do I expect? A lot of just, I'm stupid. We getting silly. Like, I wasn't expecting to take anything seriously, and nor should anyone that was going to listen to the album should expect anything seriously. So, I ain't take it serious at all.
I like the joint with A Boogie though. I did actually like. I did like that.
I like the joint with Tory Lanez was hot.
That was hot too.
The Kika joint. I thought that was hot, but
the Kika joint.
I mean, majority is trash, and we can admit it, right? Like,
absolutely.
We just listen to it because it gets us hype. That's it. Like,
right, and it's because of everything that's going on with him. It's kind of like. He's been in the news for like the last 2 weeks. I'll go listen to his album real quick. Yeah. It is charted at number 2, which doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. That surprises you? I was a little surprised just because the album got leaked. That's why I was just like, nobody's gonna buy this shit now. But it got leaked like a week before, and it still did.
At the same time, it just like the streaming numbers probably just went through the roof with that. So he got a big fan base. So that doesn't shock me one bit. Yeah. Yeah,
I was a little surprised. I was like, wow. Like, I think Travis Scott was number 1. So
Travis number 1.
Like, so
I don't know I gotta look at the charts, but I know Travis number 1 for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, it's ain't looking too hot for him, man. Think about it. You charted number 2, and then you just sitting in jail. And then you got rappers talking about purple hair and dudes coming after you, and I'm like, oh boy, ain't looking too good for you, bro. Sucks.
Yeah, no, it sucks. It sucks.
Sucks for him, but he put himself in that position, so you gotta play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when you do things to draw the wrong attention, you have to expect there's consequences to that, you know. So many investigations was happening, like when he was in Dubai or whatever. Like there were so many things, and I think he was trying to pull himself out of like Treyway and everything, but it was too late.
Probably was. He probably just too. He probably just got way too into it, and then just couldn't get out, and then the investigation caught up, and then they raided his crib, found all that stuff, and possession is not sense of the law, and then that's that. Like, you can't do nothing about it now. You just sit down, do your time, or start ratting. You gotta start snitching if you want to get out early.
You think he gonna snitch?
What you think? Come on, what you think? You really think you want to sit in there?
I don't know. I think, no, I think he's gonna snitch eventually.
I'm about to say, come on, man.
Because I think they was trying to get him to be an informant. Like, even before they moved him from that first facility, they was like trying to ask him questions and stuff.
Yeah.
And he wasn't really saying much, and he didn't request to get moved, even though there was like he was a target, and like there was kind of threats going around the facility and all that. He didn't complain. He didn't seem scared. So it seems like he's still trying to hold on to this. I'm a tough guy. Like even though y'all know I'm a fake gangbanger, I'm still like street. Like I'm still a tough guy. Like I can handle myself. You know, but that act is gonna go out the window real quick once he sees like I'm not making bail. Like this shit is looking real serious.
Yeah.
Like I might get you know, he's not gonna get life, but he may get like 10 to 15 years, 20, 25 years, 30 years. He gonna start snitching. he definitely gonna start snitching for sure.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, and so. Another snitch, I look at them as a snitch as well. TMZ, like they are always the outlet to literally like snitch on people. I don't know if they realize like the damage that they do before they post something. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure Kareem Hunt was probably gonna be like home free. Like this is his third alleged not sexual assault. Third assault incident.
Let's be clear, he doesn't have any sexual assaults. It's all assaults.
All assaults.
Yeah. Which aren't good or anything, but I'm just saying there's a clear difference from sexual assault. And
definitely. Assault. NFL has been trying to investigate, trying to get their hands on this video, trying all types of ways, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah, the thing is, TMZ paid for the video. NFL says they don't pay for videos. The real question is whether you think NFL should pay for videos or not on situations like this. First of all, if you go through the police and you go through all the proper channels and avenues, who the hell is TMZ paying that the NFL, couldn't get their hands on the video from? Like, how can TMZ pay for a video that the NFL can't obtain? You see what I'm saying? I doubt police and detectives and all that are charging you for a video of this. So I don't understand how TMZ is able to acquire the video and no one else is. I don't get that.
Yeah, I think it's because TMZ
would police, if you're conducting an investigation, are cops telling you, hey, you have to pay for this video?
No, I think the thing with the NFL side was that they needed, what did they say? That they needed permission or something like that. That basically, because there was no proof or whatever that he did anything, that they can't release. It was
a police report.
Yeah, it was something about there being a police report and that they can't release any information unless it's there shows clear signs that there was something that happened. I don't know. There was a couple reasons why they said they couldn't release it. I forgot.
But it sounds asinine to me. But I don't know how TMZ obtains a video over the NFL, even though the NFL said it went through its investigators and went to the police department, went to the hotel corporate, and they can't obtain a video. But how is TMZ obtaining this video? Who are they paying?
Well, TMZ can get their hands on anything now.
I don't get it.
They're an established celebrity gossip.
I don't get it.
Juggernaut.
Yeah.
They report didn't they report the whole MJ death?
TMZ begins
Whitney Houston.
Let's not forget the validity of how good TMZ actually is at doing what they do.
Getting their hands on stuff before any other outlet.
I'm not down TMZ one bit. I'm just saying, for the life of me, how does TMZ pay for a video that no one can obtain? That makes no sense. The corporate office is telling you that you can't, the NFL can't get this video.
Right.
They're not telling you, hey, we're charging you for this video.
Yeah,
they're telling you can't get your hands on this video. I don't, for the life of me, I don't get that. But TMZ somehow made it happen again. But forget about TMZ. I guess you want to talk really about Kareem and what actually happened. As far as as far as the video goes, that shit just look horrible. Like I'm watching the whole entire thing and I'm just like, the only way he can react to that is if the girl said one thing and one thing only. If she didn't say that and you not telling me she didn't say that, then you're wrong and no matter what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If she said what I think she said.
What do you think
I think she said the N-word.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, if she said what I think she said, then why'd you not go in that interview Sunday morning and tell him that she called me the N-word?
Right. Maybe he just feels like he's already trying to do damage control on his career and trying to salvage it. Maybe he feels like if he mentions trying to put her in a bad light, it's only going to backfire on him.
Listen,
regardless,
he's in a bad light. He's in a bad light, period.
Yeah.
If I heard, listen, if the world told him, if he told the world, listen, she said this and was honest about it and said it point blank, like, yo, she called me this, I'd be like, damn, like, you don't know how we're supposed to react to that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, how would you feel if somebody just blatantly call you just the N-word and you just
oh,
like,
I'd be heated.
Yeah, like. So I would understand. Mind you, I don't condone putting hands on anything, especially women. Period. But like, damn, like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's what I always say. If she called him that, then what could I say? Like, I can't. Do I have to be mad at your reaction, the way you reacted to that? I can't be, because I know how it feels.
Yeah.
But he's not saying that, so I just have to go off what he's saying. So regardless, it sounds like he's just in the wrong, and he did something horribly bad. And I don't know where his career goes from here. He will get signed. It's just a matter of whether it's next season or the year. He's too young. He's too young not to get signed. Like, he's 23 years old, whatever. I can't see him not being signed, but.
And he's the lead running back in the league, right?
Yeah, it's just too much talent for a team not to be somewhat interested in that. But yeah, like, it's just, bro, if you got to come forward and tell us what happened, you got to be like, yo, she called me this, and this is why I reacted to that. Like, all right, like.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever gonna do that though. I feel like. If he was going to do that, he would have did that like right off the bat. Like, let me explain the whole scenario of what happened, not trying to take away from my wrongdoing, but this was said. I feel like his PR team, for whatever reason, was like, this is not the angle we're going with. We're trying to get you back in the league. His PR team is a
fucking nightmare. Whoever his PR team should have got fired the moment after that interview. I would have fired every person for letting me take that interview right there.
Did you saw the interview with Lisa Salters?
Yeah, I watched it live, and I was just like, whoever his PR team, they need to be fired right now. That was dumb. You don't take an interview in that moment. You know why? Because you don't need it. You're not going to get signed for the rest of the year, so just lay low till the summertime and then speak on it. Nobody needed to hear you, 2 days or whatever it may have been after that whole shit went down. So I just thought it was just fucking dumb. Like, who does it? Like, if you're an experienced PR person, why the hell would you put him in that position?
And you know what? Even at
it's just he just got cut the day before. Like.
Yeah,
what?
It was way too soon.
Yeah,
was way too soon. Everybody is still trying to take in the news of what happened. This video has been circulating, so people's image of you right now is all about this video. Yeah. Nobody is trying to see you sitting there trying to backpedal or say, oh, my bad. And then to add insult to injury, what made that interview even worse was how he didn't even look remorseful. Like, he didn't even look sincere in what he was saying. Awful. He didn't look apologetic. He looked like he was almost like trying to hold back a laugh.
Yeah, awful.
Like, he was like kind of smirking kind of. I'm like, dude.
So
like,
clearly you're against, everything that happened. And I mean, just coming from you, like, as a woman, like, you watched that, what was you thinking?
I was just like, he full of shit. Like, you are not sorry. You do not feel bad. Like, clearly your PR team scheduled this damn interview. You probably just woke up out the bed and was like, oh, what are we doing? Like you didn't even have like your posture, your facial expressions, the fake tears. Like, you're supposed to have all that ready to go. Like, you're trying to gain the
public masses.
Yeah, empathy. You're trying to gain sympathy from the public. You're trying to gain support. You're trying to get people back in your corner to make people feel like, oh, oh, he deserves a second chance.
Yeah,
Look at him. He's so distraught. He's so, he's so down about what he did. He feels awful. This dude was over there like, I swear it looked like he was about to start cracking up. Like, he almost couldn't hold it back. Like, he was just like,
Yeah.
like, the whole time. Like, even if you don't hear the words or hear the audio, you can tell, like, oh, this dude, like, he bullshitting. Like, he's not taking this seriously. Like your PR team has failed you on so many levels. Because they should have coached you on how to sit there and look sad. How to sit there and look like, I can't believe what I did. You know what I mean? Even Chris Brown, as bad as his situation was, he looked remorseful, like, over and over. He apologized over and over, and he was so... And people still hate him or whatever, but like, dude, like, you know, it's just crazy. You looked at that, you was just like, all right, like, come on, my guy, like, you just looked terrible in that. It was dumb, it was bad, it was fucking, the action was just stupid in itself. Like I said, like, I'd never be the one to tell somebody, like, yo, in certain situations it's okay to put your hands on a woman, but I'd understand somebody's reaction if something crazy happened to him. So, you know, I don't know what to think of it. Like, it sounds like he's just not being honest on what happened, basically. So you feel like he's still lying, like, even with the
just say what happened, and then we gonna understand. Like, the world will know eventually. So just come out with it now, bro. Like, I don't know why you just hiding everything. Like, first of all, you just got a new crib or whatever that was in Cleveland, in his hometown. It was at a hotel or whatever that he had a crib in. And then you inviting, random shorties back, like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you 18, he said she was like underage or something, like she was 18 or something like that, not 21 or not of age or whatever. Just,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, just a lot. Listen, I put myself in some situations that I regret, but never to that extent.
Right.
But at the same time, it's just like, bro, you are a known name. You are a big athlete in the NFL. Fucking be smarter. Like, simple as that.
Yeah, like, learn from other people's mistakes. How many other football players have gotten themselves entangled with domestic violence incidents, disputes? Things that have gone to court and all that. Like, this is a known thing. So you have examples in front of you. You see what happened to their career after that.
Yep.
Shouldn't that be a wake up call?
The radar should have went right off. And
yeah, just
idiot. I don't know. I'm living right now. I don't even want to talk about him no more. Get me away from Kareem Hunt, yo. He just threw away his fucking career over some dumb shit, and that just gets me mad every time.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then I hear that there's an outrage. Like, there's one voices that people are outraged or whatnot, that he's not going to be playing in the NFL anymore. That they're mad at the Chiefs for cutting him. How do you feel about that? Listen, people that have that mindset.
The Chiefs cut him because he wasn't honest with him, so I can't be mad at them either. But
they acted on ethics and morals, and I respect that.
Nobody forced that man to beat that woman, so yeah, that's basically how I feel about it.
Yeah, but you do think he'll be playing in the NFL again?
Yeah, no doubt. He's just too young. He's only 23. He was a leading rusher last year. Like, there's no way we don't see him again in the NFL.
Yeah, no I know there's no way to stop that or to change that. That's the inevitable. He will play in the NFL again. I forgot what team is already interested. The Redskins, I think, that are already looking.
I don't know if it was the Redskins. I think it was somebody else inquired about the Cowboys, maybe. I don't know who. I don't think it was the Cowboys because they got Zeke. It was somebody that mentioned that his name was being mentioned about. So, he's going to get picked up. Like, I'm not going to be shocked about it, or I'm not going to act fake outrage about it. It's just NFL has no morals. Like, it's a sport that men are physically beating each other, and like. So I don't expect morals to come out of the NFL at all, and I expect him to be on the field very soon. Yeah.
I mean, I would just hope between now and whenever he gets signs to another team, gets back on the field.
Yep.
I would just hope that he learns his lesson, that he really does soul searching. He really is trying to change his life and work on, because he said he thinks he has anger issues. So Ray Rice is trying to say he's gonna.
And while you say all that, and that, like, that sounds great coming from you too, like that he figures himself out, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be the one to tell somebody like, yo, you gotta get yourself together if I don't personally know him. So listen, if he gets back in the league, that's the morality of whoever allows him back in the NFL. Right. I'm not gonna be one to tell somebody like, I hope he gets his life together. I hope he changes. I hope he fixes himself. At least I hope he apologizes to the young lady, and I hope she apologizes to him too for being in that whole situation. But I'm not gonna be the one to tell somebody like, hey, I hope you get better, because I sure as hell got some demons that I need to fix myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, ain't nobody here perfect, so.
No, you're right. Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm not. Listen, I know you personally. You good peoples. You good money. Like, you'll never get in no trouble, do no dumb shit. So, coming from you, that's coming from a genuine spot. But for me, I can't be the one to tell somebody, yo, I hope you get your life together. I hope you straighten up, this, that, and the third.
Right, because you feel like you're being hypocritical or something.
Like, Lord knows I'm not perfect, so.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely hear where
I've never done some shit like that,
Yeah. but just things that you're like looking back, like, oh.
Yeah, I've done some dumb shit in my life for sure.
Yeah. But the biggest thing is that you own up to it and you try to change.
You try to change up. Change is always key. Yep.
Like, you just learn from that experience and then you build upon it. Like, okay, now I'm gonna do things differently or whatnot. So I guess that's just all I would hope, that he has that in the back of his mind, that this is the time to really address certain demons in my own life or whatnot. Especially so that he can go on to have a good career and he could put this behind him. Because this is only going to continue to haunt him, especially if the behavior doesn't change. Yeah. And if something else happens later on, like, oh, he gets married, 3 years from now or whatever, he's back in the league. People have just started to forget about this, and then there's a domestic incident with his new wife. It's going to literally, like, the floodgates are going to reopen. Yeah. And it's because he didn't do the work to change. So now you're back to, what I mean? Now you're in an even worse position.
I don't want to hear about him doing some nut shit again. Though. That would really piss me off. That would just be like, come on, bro, really? Like, that'd be the last thing I want to hear.
Like, you just like teasing at this point. Like, you just taunting us. Like, I'm gonna just keep baiting y'all. I'm gonna just keep doing stuff and see how far I can get until somebody really slaps me on the wrist for it.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we'll see, between now and next season and the off season, kind of see
he will
what's
get signed.
Gonna happen.
It's just depending on who's will be willing to take that PR hit. It's gonna be a shitstorm whoever picks him up. So I hope whoever team is ready to be to sign him be ready for that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, that wraps up the big three. That was
big
fun.
3. Woo.
A lot of court cases, jail, investigation talk.
Just got a lot out,
So we're going to get into the next segment. Let's do it.
Opinions, advice, and experiences on real-life topics. Listen up. It's time for Couch Conversation.
So this episode, we're going to talk about texting etiquette. I think there is an etiquette to this, especially with how...
I want to start this now by saying I'm a shitty texter, so...
I am not the best either. I'm not going to lie.
Just so everybody knows, I'll preface this by saying I'm bad at communicating people. Like, people will reach out to me and I'm just...
you do kind of suck. Like, you're definitely worse than me. Cause I was, like, texting you yesterday and, like... Didn't hear no response.
Because I work like weird hours, so sometimes I take a nap and then like I just be taking a nap and then I'll look at something and I'll forget. Fuck, I'm supposed to respond to that, But I'm a bad texter, so I'm probably not the best suitor for this, but
you are actually the best suitor for this.
I am suited for this, so let's.
Because you can talk about like what not to do, and you can basically talk about how you do those things all the time.
Exactly. So let me hear what you got.
Okay, so texting etiquette. So rule number 1, the golden rule: do not call in response to a text message? This is the most important
What's the
rule.
context
How
of
you
that
feel
though?
about
Like, what do we mean? Like, what if somebody says like, "Yo, hit my phone" or something?
Okay, well, see, that's an exception.
Alright.
Yeah, that's an exception because they're giving you a directive, like they're giving you
What if
specific
somebody's like, "Yo, I'll
instructions.
be there in 5 minutes," and like 10 minutes pass?
I'm
I'm calling somebody, bro. Like, if I'm pulling up to your crib and it's like, I told you I'll be there in 5 minutes and you're not outside in like 10 minutes, I'm calling you. Flat out. Like, yeah, like the call is coming. You know what I mean? But if like we having a regular text conversation and then like I don't hear from you, let's say like I'm texting the girl, right? And then we having a normal texting conversation, like I don't hear from her in like 5. Is there a time frame?
Oh, with this one, there's not really like.
All right, so if I don't hear from you, then
time
I'm not. First of all, I don't like responding to text. Period. Anyways, I don't like going back and forth on text. Anyway, like honestly, I don't even know I have a phone sometimes. Like I swear, I've been using it for like apps and shit like that. Like I don't even use it for phones for calling people or like texting people no more. But what's it called? Yeah, like if I don't get a text back from you, I'm not going to call you or try to reach back out to you. What's the point of that? Clearly, you don't feel like fucking talking to me, so why would I reach back out to you?
Right. Well, this rule is saying like if you get a text or whatever that you shouldn't call the person to respond. But I think you did make a good point. Like for example, if you tell somebody, "Oh, I'm 5 minutes away," and then it is 10 minutes, like just like how you call me or whatever. But I think in that case, you should do one follow-up text. Like you text a person, 5 minutes has passed or whatever. You don't hear from them. Text them again, like, "Hey, where you at now?" And then if you don't hear from them, maybe like a minute after that. Then you can hit them with the call, because they're probably lots apart.
I don't like doing it. I'm sorry.
It's too much for you.
Yeah. If I text you and then you don't hit me back, I'm not calling you. Unless it's like something like super fucking urgent, you won't hear from me. And you better respond to that text message or you literally just will not hear from me. So,
right. Okay. So the second rule is the rule of response. Always respond unless you do not want to be friends with that person anymore.
Wait, always respond unless you...
Yeah, always respond unless you don't want to be friends with that person anymore. So basically, like, if someone texts you, you should always give them that respect to text them back and not ignore their text, basically. Unless you just have intentions of not messing with that person, like... You're not trying to be cool with them.
Yeah, don't be an asshole. Basically, is what you're saying. Don't be an asshole. Respond to that person unless that person is just fucking a bug and you actually really genuinely don't like that person. But be courteous, be kindful. Shoot people a text back, man. They showing you love, show love back. Like me, I like showing love to everybody. So just send them a damn text. Don't be a dickhead. Yeah, that's it.
Right, I agree with all that. You can go ahead and read the next two.
All right, the 2-day rule. If it takes you 2 days to get back to me, I technically have 2 days to get back. If it takes 2 days to respond, if somebody's taking 2 days to respond to your text, don't text them anymore.
What?
Yeah,
you
that's
really don't? Oh my gosh, because I do that. Like sometimes I will text back like 2 days later or 3 or 4 or 5 days later. Not on purpose. It's just like how you say like, oh, you look at a text. I don't know if this ever happens to you, but do you ever like literally look at a text and you respond in your head? Like, and then you put the phone down you reading it, laughing and then you're thinking of like...
Is it like the text that you forget to actually text? Is that what you mean by that?
Well,
or is it just like you read it and then like you just won't respond for 2 days? Like you intentionally will not
respond? No. I think this can kind of fall under any scenario, whether it was intentional, by accident. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But if it takes you 2 days to get back to me for whatever reason, whether you did it on purpose or not, I now have a 2-day grace period.
If it took you 2 days to text me back, then I'm not going to time out 48 hours to text you back. I'm gonna just see it. The moment I see it, I'm gonna just respond to it. But I think that's just so like weird.
Petty.
Like, it's just like. If that's the type of relationship y'all got, then y'all must have a shitty relationship. Like that's just weird to me. Like, I don't know. Like, nah. If it takes you 2 days to text back, and you did it intentionally, I think you're just a piece of shit. Like,
right. I agree. Like if you purposely are like, nah, I'm not gonna respond. I mean, I think there may be some exceptions to that. Maybe you're trying to teach someone a lesson, or you're trying to like get a certain point across. Maybe they disrespected you or hurt you, and they know, and they're trying to like, if a dude or whatever like does some dumb shit or whatever, and they're trying to apologize, they're trying to get back in your good graces. You know, as a woman, I might be like, you know what, I'm not gonna leave you on red. I'm gonna act like I didn't see it yet, but I just need some time. I need some time to think about
petty. Oh my god,
that's
so petty and childish. Oh my god.
It depends. It doesn't always have to be petty. Sometimes it's necessary. Like
no, it's not.
You need to
that's not necessary. You know that's petty, yo. You know that's not necessary. You know
in some cases
super petty. That's super petty. I do not like that, yo. I don't like it at all. We gotta be better as a society. At it. Come on. That's what we coming to nowadays.
All I'm saying is that, hey, you know, if the person texting knows like this, they're even hoping to get a response. If they get a response 2 days later, they're still excited because it's like, wow, this person hasn't read me out. I'm talking about in a situation where like they've done some foul stuff, they said something, they wronged the person, and they're like trying to reach out to them. So this is just one example. They're trying to like kind of get things back on the right foot. I don't think the girl or whoever has to rush and text them back if they just don't feel prepared to text, or they're still upset and they want to calm down. They want to get their thoughts together. Maybe they just feel like, no, like you don't deserve like my time right now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I can give you this. I can give this some time because
this is how y'all women be, man. Y'all be petty, man. That's petty. That's petty. Petty.
We just read the next one because it's not petty.
Hold up. The 2 quick rule. If it takes me 2 days to respond to you, don't respond to me. This rule is particularly important in dating situations. It makes you seem really desperate. Is this true? No, it just makes you a good texter. It doesn't make you desperate. The hell, man. That's petty. See, you're trying to reverse your petty into someone being desperate. That's corny as hell, man. Come on.
So you feel like it's petty if somebody, you know, so let's say, okay, you talking to a girl, right? Or whatever. And like, you take 2 days, like it's been crazy at work, like you've been busy, you have a lot going on, like you just not checking your text, so you just don't have the energy, you've been trying to catch up on sleep. It's been 2 days. On her end, she's like, wow, like is this nigga curving me? Like what's happening? Like I thought we had a good connection, like really we met or whatever.
You really just did some leaps and bounds right there. You know that, right?
I'm just saying, I'm just trying to paint the picture for you.
No, you just did some leaps and
bounds.
But
you have to understand both ends. On your end, you've been working, you've been grinding, like it's no hard feelings, like you're not trying to be shady or nothing, like you just have a lot going on and you're already a bad texter. However, the person, the girl that you're texting doesn't know much about you, like she's just getting to know you or whatnot, and she's like, damn, it's been too, like he really gonna act like he don't see my text. So when you finally text her back, you need to acknowledge the gap in time and like, oh my gosh, like I've had this and that going on. However, if you don't acknowledge it, you just respond like, oh, it's all good, then you have to expect somebody to feel some type of way, like. And if they're just like, well, now I'm not gonna be rushing to text you back because you wasn't rushing to text me.
Like my thing is just stop being freaking petty, man. Like this is not.
But that's why communication is so important, because if you just communicate these things, it takes out all of the I wonder this and is this what he meant? And what message was he trying to send doing that? And why is it taking him so long to respond? Why hasn't she responded to me? Like if you just communicate, you're just upfront about things and being honest, it eliminates all of this extra nonsense that you call pettiness.
No, y'all love being reverse petty.
Y'all.
Yeah, y'all. I'm blaming this on y'all. That's what you just said was some leaps and bounds petty type shit. I don't like that, yo. Y'all, come on, man. We as a society, like I said, we gotta do better, yo. You can't be doing all this petty two-day texting each other. Like just listen. If you got something to say, text me. I'm gonna hit you back when I feel like it, and then you hit me back when you feel like it.
Okay, but if they happen to feel like they felt like texting you back 2 days later, like what's the problem with that?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. You text me back. When you see it, I'll text you back when I see it.
Okay, right? So it took you 2 days to see that first message? You really didn't see that message in a whole 48 hours? I'm putting you on the spot because it's like you got to look at it from both sides.
So from a personal standpoint, I would never text somebody back 2 days later. I just think at that point, I'm just not even gonna text you back. Like clearly I have no intentions on actually saying anything to you. So I just wouldn't text back in that situation. But
and this is the part where I have to say this is like something that I can be understanding to, because I know that I'm a bad texter too, and I'm a late texter.
Right.
I don't know why. I just have to get better. But a lot of times it'll just be that I forgot that I had every intention to text them back, but I want to put time into the response.
I'm a bad texter in the sense like I just don't. I'm a bad texter. Just I don't text people enough. Like a lot of my friends be like, yo, like how come you don't ever hit me? Like I don't know. Like I'll be busy. Like you know what I mean? Like I do shit too. Like I have a life. I have a job I got to worry about. Like I have sleep. I got to figure out a schedule for. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot going on. Like we all in our mid-20s. Like we trying to figure this shit out. Like and then people just like, yo, how come you don't do this? I don't have all the time in the world to be thinking like, hey, I should text this person. I love you, but at the same time, like phone work both ways.
Well, you gotta do that pimp laugh.
Phone work both ways, yo.
No, that is true though. I mean, communication is a two-way street. You know what I mean? So I mean, the 2-day, rule or whatnot. I mean, I think there is some flexibility in it. I think it does depend on the situation, and and if someone takes forever to text you back, if they apologize and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry for the late response," that's what I do just to address my shortcomings from jump, and to address that I was wrong. I messed up. I'm sorry. Here's my response. I think that should be good.
Yeah.
You have to judge the person based on who they are too. Like
Absolutely.
If they're a good person.
Absolutely. No, I have no issues with that.
Any
Yep. No ill will, no intention.
Malicious.
No malicious intent, nothing like that. Yeah. No, 1,000%. I would back that 1,000%. I agree with that. Yep.
Yeah. So all right. So the next rule, the two text rule. If you text someone 2 times and they don't respond, they don't want to talk to you, so stop texting them immediately. Do you think that's the case?
Yeah, flat out. If you text somebody twice, like, is this the opening of a text messages, or is this like, I mean, honestly, either way. If you first text someone and you text them twice, like for instance, let's say you go somewhere, you get somebody's number, you text them twice and then they don't hit you back. That's it. Like, don't just delete their number and move on. Or for instance, like if you let's say like you've been with someone, or you've hung out with someone for a period, and then you'll stop texting for a while, and then you text them back twice and they don't respond, move on. Seriously, just move on. Nothing more, nothing less. Just move on. Cut your losses and move on.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with that. I mean, I think it's like you did your part, you know what I'm saying?
You
try to reach out, try to get something, conversation started.
Yep, get a conversation going, be friendly. You extended the olive branch, move on.
Right.
Simple as that.
Obviously, if this is within like 20 minutes or something, you shouldn't just write the person off like right away, like 10 minutes like, oh my god, like they haven't texted yet, oh they phony as hell. But if it's like 20, a whole day has gone by and you haven't heard nothing, then yeah, I think it's safe to say like it's just time to keep it moving.
Just keep it pushing.
Yeah, just keep scrolling. Text the next person. Right. The don't leave me hanging rule. Don't text first if you're not willing to continue the conversation.
Absolutely. Oh my god. Not only that, like I hate bad conversations too. Like those like short answer, like
dry.
Just
I hate those so much.
Those make me want to shoot myself so much. Like I can't stand those conversations. Like Lord knows I've had a million of those, like those, yup, yeah, yup.
Yeah, K.
Like, and mind you, that person probably like is genuinely like interested in the conversation, but just can't hold it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like why would they keep responding if they weren't interested in that conversation from the rip? So mind you, that person probably really is interested in that conversation, but they're just bad at it.
Yeah, that's one. Or sometimes the person is trying to get you turned off. Like
maybe
like
I can see
it's a mind game thing. Like I don't really want to talk to them like that. But
at the same
I don't
time,
want
just be frank and just be like, oh, I'm good. Like,
but some people don't want to do that. Like they feel bad, so they rather just give you a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? You're right. I'm giving people too much credit. seriously, right? Like, cause I'm you know me, like I'm real
Yeah.
straightforward when I got a criticism or something to say to somebody. Like
You are.
I'm super straightforward about it. I feel like I'm giving people too much credit here because I think like how I think. You know what I mean?
but I'm not trying to take away from your thought process.
Yeah.
I think that happens
Yeah.
too, where some people are just, cause man, there's been times where I met people, they are so colorful, so lively in person, hilarious, and then you start texting them, and it's like, is this the same person? Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking dead, like crickets, like. This is putting me to sleep.
Right,
like,
right.
I'm so done with this kind. Like, this is so
what's
boring.
What's the end result of this? If they don't leave me hanging, bro, what's the end result of it? If they don't text first, if you're not willing to. Oh yeah. So basically, this comes back to if you're gonna
initiate a conversation, be able to keep it going.
Yeah, please do not waste some. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a public service announcement from me, Clifford Augustine, to the masses of this podcast. Please don't waste someone's time. We are too old. We are too busy. We are too broke to be going through shit like this. Do not waste somebody's time. Again, I repeat, don't waste people's time. If you text them, be interested, be mindful, be funny, be who you are. Don't fucking waste people's time, okay?
What if someone isn't really that, like, the funny guy? You just expect them to be funny.
Be interested in. No. If you're not funny, at least you're interested. At least you're somewhat smart.
Right.
At least you got something. Like, talk about something.
Insightful.
Yeah, insightful. Talk about something. Talk about science. Talk about where you go to school at. Like, I don't know. Just do something. Talk about what you do for work. Be interesting. Don't do the hey, yep, Don't do that. Just do not waste other people's time. It is too precious. We are in our mid-20s. We are in a crisis right now. There's a crisis on millennials. They do not like us. We are broke. Do better. Okay?
Yes. I concur with that message 100%. The rule of dismissal. Don't ignore a call and then text a person.
Don't ignore a call.
So basically somebody calls you, then you text like, oh, hey, I saw your missed call. Like, what's up? Like, something like that.
I don't mind that.
I don't really mind that either.
I don't call. First of all, I don't call people anymore anyway.
Yeah, who does that? 2018.
I only call. Like, the only people I really call is like my parents, or like I just don't be on the conversation. I don't be on the phone no more. Like, it's weird to be on the phone, honestly. But if somebody calls you and you aren't able, are you not able to answer? Like, what's the circumstance?
I mean, I guess it's like mainly that, you just don't feel comfortable calling them back, or maybe it is a situation where they're in a meeting or something. Like,
all right, yeah. No. If you're in a meeting or something like that, yeah, then I've done it. Like, I've been, at work, like, busy, and just like, yo, I'll call you in a little bit, just because I'll be busy. I mean, listen, that's life. Like, that's just that should be understandable on all parties.
Yeah, for sure. I think those are the times where it's acceptable.
Honestly, I don't even mind it if you ignore a call. And then you text that person immediately if you just don't feel like talking on the phone. Because, like, I'll be in moods where I was just like, I'm watching something, I just don't feel like talking on the phone.
Like, giving my undivided attention
to
being on the phone. Because it does take a lot of concentration. Does require
a little bit more attention.
Definitely.
I don't mind it at all. On both sides, I don't mind it at all. I just think texting is just like a great way to communicate. And hold the conversation, and it doesn't have to be like a quick reaction back and forth. Like, I don't have to be stuck on the phone with you the whole entire time. You know what I mean?
Not stuck on the phone.
I hate phone calls, man. Like, Abby, I couldn't tell you how much I hate phone calls.
But if you're in a relationship, I think that's like one of the few exceptions where you like phone calls and you want to have that be a part of the mix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, otherwise it is kind of like a lot. It's a lot to deal with.
It is a lot to deal with.
But yeah, I mean, I think I don't mind it either. I feel like I still look at it as, the person, at least they responded. Like, they responded. Honestly, I wasn't really trying to talk on the phone either. I was just trying to be nice. So you texted me back. That's perfect.
I know you've been in a relationship, right, for a little bit.
Yeah, it's been about 2 months now.
About 2 months. Yeah, like, do y'all talk on the phone a lot? Like.
Yeah, we do. We talk on the phone quite a bit. I mean, we're around each other a lot in person.
Okay.
But like during the day, like when we're both at work, we just text or whatever.
Right,
'cause
right,
it's just the
right.
easiest thing.
Yeah, it's easy.
But like if we're not like hanging out or spending time at night or whatever.
Yeah, going somewhere or something like that, then y'all probably on
Like
the phone.
yeah, we'll be on the phone. We FaceTime a lot. Like
Yeah, like FaceTime
yeah.
is fine. Like
Yeah.
FaceTime is fine.
Yeah. So that's kind of like that's like to me that's like talking on the phone and like seeing the person I guess at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's like a step up from a phone conversation.
Yeah, the phone conversation. I feel like the conversation in person is more important rather than the phone conversation. So I feel like all right, like you do the text, you do all that, but then y'all got to meet up somewhere and get coffee. I don't know, whatever people do nowadays, get coffee or. I honestly hang out and watch TV, watch a game or something like that.
Netflix. Mm-hmm. is that still a thing?
That's still a thing, yeah.
I don't know, Cliff. Is it?
Yo, you funny as hell.
Go ahead and read the next one.
Oh man, hang on. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, the rule of disproportionate letters. This one applies to messages received from a woman. Never respond to a 3-page. Ooh. Boy, that is
Let me
law.
clap for this rule here.
Let me say this out loud for everybody to make sure they get this one.
Yeah, say it real slow.
Okay.
For the people
Never respond to a 3-page text with K. Fellas, I've done that. That is a bad move. Don't do it. Trust me, I was young. Do not do that shit.
How did she respond?
Just
clearly
even
she went in on
with an 8-page.
So it started with a 3-page and multiplied to 8.
Yeah, don't do that. Trust me, it is asking for death. It is asking for death. Don't do that. Do not do that at all. That is a death wish.
Yeah.
There's 2 death wishes in life: drinking bleach and responding to a 3-page text with K. Don't do that shit. That's bad.
Hell yeah. That's all I can say to that.
That
just,
is,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
just respond with a nice little paragraph, John. Either you gonna get right or you gonna move away from the situation.
It's better that you don't even say nothing at all. It's better that you actually
honestly,
ignore us
yes.
than to put K, because you're
K,
lighting a fire inside of us.
No, that K shit is definitely basically saying that's like a big fuck you, basically. If you ask me. So yeah, definitely don't do that. That's bad. Yo, trust me, man. That's bad. That's my roommate Keem. We recording a podcast. What? What you mean? That was my for the crowd.
Interesting.
For the crowd that just heard that my roommate just sounded not interesting. So yeah.
Do you agree with him or?
Yeah, I agree. I'm not interested. I'm a regular guy.
So I shouldn't even be sitting here talking to you right now. Like this is a complete waste of my time. We sit here
for an hour if we're talking nonsense, basically.
just talking jargon.
Yeah.
Just talking in circles. Thanks for wasting my time, Cliff. I really appreciate it.
I'm wasting people's time too. What's the next one?
Yeah, so all caps rule. Don't text in all caps. It seems like you're angry. I mean, I think that
you probably are angry if you text in all caps in the first place. So you probably angry in the first place if you text in all caps anyway. So I don't do that, me personally, unless again, context says everything, but yeah,
right. Has anyone ever texted you in all caps?
Oh, honestly, I don't remember. Maybe like I had to dig in the archives for that one. I really don't remember, yo.
Yeah, it's probably never happened.
Yeah, if you respond in all caps, that means somebody means you better watch it back.
I feel like the only time that you should text or receive a text in all caps is if like someone is wishing you like happy birthday or something, when you're really trying to like explain
or like
it,
congratulations, something like that. Yeah.
Congratulations.
No, that's definitely suitable in that situation. But the all caps shit, if you like angry at somebody, That's not.
Yeah,
You got some shit
that
going
might
on.
be the time where you need to pick up the phone and call, because you know text messages can get misconstrued, especially when you're angry and you guys are going back and forth.
Context.
Like stuff. Yep.
Context is everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Context is everything.
For real. So number 10.
I got it. All right. Don't use LOL more than you have to. This is especially appropriate in situations like this traffic is horrible. LOL. Obviously, you're not laughing out loud in traffic. Some people like to use LOL in every text when a simple haha will do. LOL versus haha. Which you prefer? I think the LOL got to be more annoying, right? It's gotta be
You think LOL's one? What do you mean, like in using it just excessively, or?
Yeah. If I see somebody use LOL a lot, it's just like, all right,
like you're ODing on it, like.
Yeah, I don't. The LOL shit is.
I use it.
I use it. Like I use it a lot. First of all, myself, and I catch myself using it too. But again, it's situational. Like I said, I don't even be texting like that no more. I just be on Twitter and shit and just looking at stuff. And the haha, I mean, haha, so it's like white noise for text. Like you just see it and you don't even react to it. It's like it's not even funny. It's just like something you see and then you just move on from it.
Right, it's just like a space filler or whatnot.
Yeah.
But I feel like LOL can be used very creatively. Like if you don't overuse it and you know how to know when to use it, it can have a big effect.
Yeah.
Like it's still, to me, I feel like it's still one of those like abbreviations that.
It's just super common. It's just, I feel like they.
But sometimes it just helps to soften the message, like. If you're not trying to make the message sound like so serious and like a PSA and this is like an intense documentary like what I'm talking about right now, sometimes you just throw the LOL in just to lighten the mood a little bit. Yeah. So the person reading it, you don't want them to take it like.
Right. It depends on how you know that person too. Like if they take that LOL, most of the time, if it's like your good friend, you just cracking jokes, doing something stupid. If it's somebody new, you probably want to hold back on the LOLs for a little bit because then it's just like, all right. You trying to be too funny, you trying to be too cute or something like that. It truly depends on who you're talking to. But LOL and ha-has, they don't bother me personally. I mean, they bother you if you.
No, I don't. I like them. I like it. I think it like lightens the mood or whatnot. It kind of like makes things like just more easy. Like the conversation can flow a little better. Yeah. And it is kind of like something to lean on, I guess. Like sometimes when you're just like, oh, this
probably a little bit nervous going through the text. You don't even know how this person is. You just try and get.
Don't know how they're gonna react.
Yeah. You try and guide your way through the conversation. Basically, I get it. Me personally, I don't have an issue with it. I just think it's just normal.
Right.
It's since the AIM days. It's just so normal.
Yeah. It's very like. Background to me, like I don't even look at it as something really like needed or special, but it's there, it's there because it's supposed to be there.
Exactly.
Social media, foolery approved. Listen up, it's time for Like Really?
What we got here with this story?
Yeah, so like really, this is our social media segment, just taking stories and clips, whether it's memes, videos, tweets, things that went viral that was really hot on social media in the last few weeks. So New Orleans cosmetics entrepreneur, Renelle Super Stewart, she did make over $1 million in 90 minutes on Cyber Monday. And like one of the videos on her page, if you go to her page, you'll see she posted a video of basically her phone just like the notifications going crazy. Like it was like ringing like every half second. And so this was on Cyber Monday and she was pretty excited about it. It was definitely a big win, I think, for Black businesses, Black women, entrepreneurs. Like this was definitely like a real inspirational story. You know,
and
so her company is
shout out to her, yo.
Yeah, she made bank. Her goal was hopefully to make up to $1 million over the whole weekend, starting from Friday to Monday.
All I know is her. She just be on Shade Room comments, but I didn't know she actually did something. So shout out to Super Cent.
Yeah, shout out to Super Cent. She does have her company. It's called the Crayon Case. So ladies. She has very affordable, eyeshadow. I didn't really do shopping this year on Cyber Monday or Black Friday.
You wasn't.
I wasn't prepared. I feel like the Black Friday situation. Like you have to prepare for that. Like you need to have your list ready, have the money right. Like everything needs to be right. Like you have to be like prepping 2 weeks in advance to make sure you don't forget nothing. You know exactly what you're doing. If you're shopping online, you go into the store. Which store you going to first? Where you gonna park at? Are you going in from the what door entrance are you going into? Because you're trying to get to this part of the store faster. Like you have to have the whole thing mapped out. And I was not even prepared at all. It was like Thanksgiving came so quick. Like
yeah, I didn't buy nothing else. I don't even care about Black Friday no more. But yo, shut up.
Yeah, but a lot of people.
That's a come up, man. Fuck.
Yeah,
in 90 minutes.
It's crazy, and she sold her products at 60% off. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't buy it from her?
I mean, apparently she didn't need me to buy nothing anyway, because damn, I mean, chick is out here, making bank. But yeah, ladies, she has affordable eyeshadow palettes, bronzers, highlighters, lipsticks, so... Definitely, if you want to see what she got going on, check her out.
I'm gonna put my roommate on and get his little girl some makeup and some eyelashes or whatever she was selling at Super Cent. Hey King, man, I'm gonna put you on Super Cent, man. She got 60% off for you, all right?
Well, technically that sale is done.
Oh, it's over now? Shit.
So that was for Cyber Monday, but I mean, if he's willing to spend a little bit more money, he can still get it.
He known for cutting checks. Trust me.
Kareem, you cut the check?
Don't have me interrupted by.
He cut a check, man. Don't worry about it.
We could talk. We could have a little meeting, talk some business. I mean, I like to talk to people that cut the check. He
cut a check. All right, and who we got?
And then, last but not least, another feel-good story. The Game officially squashes his beef with Meek Mill. We started the podcast with Meek Mill, so I said, why not end with Meek, So the Game has squashed his beef officially. They had some issues back in 2016. I don't know if you remember.
I remember that.
Yeah.
The Game was about
over Sean Kingston
or something like that. Yeah, I don't know, some weird shit, but.
Somehow it started with Sean Kingston.
Look, man,
I ain't
gonna be mad at people squashing beef. Again, it's two grown ass men in their 30s coming, trying to make an impact on their community. Like I said, I don't got a problem with it at all. It's coming from the Game. It's funny because he likes switching sides a lot. But if me cool with it, then how can I be mad at it? You know what I mean? If the man that he was angry at originally cool with it, then who the fuck am I to be mad about it?
Right. It's like all you can do is
salute.
Yeah. And he says that part of the tweet that not tweet, but on his Instagram post, he put the day after Meek Mill got out of jail, he called me. We talked for about an hour, not about the beef, but about new beginnings and what the future holds for us as seasoned hip hop artists. So once again, Meek is showing his growth. He didn't have to come out of jail and be thinking, oh, let me call the Game. People should be blowing up his phone, but somehow it looked like he really had goals to reach out to certain people to squash beefs, to get better energy surrounding him. So he took the initiative, and I'm sure he did the same thing with Drake. I'm sure he was the initiator, and I want to talk to you. I have some things to get off my chest. I do want to apologize. And they kind of went from there. So he did the same thing with the Game. And it just shows, Meek is really on his championship
two grown men trying to make an impact in the black community, hashing it out. Two known rappers from big cities. And like I said, it's great for the Game. You can't be mad at this. It's kind of visual that people need, that everybody needs to come to, especially just from a society standpoint, everybody just need to come together. So I'm gonna end it on something positive and something real. For everybody,
yes, Cliff. Yes, take us out on a positive note.
So for these young black men making millions of dollars, it's great that everybody finally come together make it a positive image for everybody. Because like he said something along the lines, it could have been bloodshed or some shit. Like, I don't know, something along that lines. But he said it could have been bloodshed. Could have gotten way worse, but we talked it out like grown men, and now we cool, and then I'm happy for his success. We should all be cheering for each other's success, period, because nobody else is. So it's good. Trust me. I mean, I love it. I'm glad that this happened. I'm glad that they hashed it out. I question the game because
he's always
he's just a wild card. Like, he's just weird. Like, dudes like that are just weird. You can't be trusted, period. But from my standpoint, like, he couldn't be. I'd keep him a distance if I was Meek. But at the same time, like, hey, I'm glad he reached out. I'm glad he put out the post. I'm glad he seemed authentic in what he was saying. So
yeah, and then he had the post with him in the club, playing,
playing the intro,
intro and
so,
like popping bottles or whatever.
If Meek approves of somebody coming back to his life, how could I be mad?
Yeah, there's no way to be mad at that.
No
you
way
know,
to be
you
mad
just
at
have
that.
to salute
to two grown
support
men.
and congratulate.
Yep.
You know, when fences are mended. But yeah, I agree with you. I think, you know, the game, he's always getting into beefs with people, and you don't really know if he's just doing this because Meek is hot right now and he's trying to clout chase a little bit.
Yeah,
or
the game don't need a clout chaser. I think he'd be fine without clout chasing.
Yeah, but he has done some clout chasing-esque things in the past or whatnot. Or just, you know, trying to troll a little bit, kind of getting into that, you know.
You think?
A little bit. He's not as bad as 50 Cent or anything like that, but he's definitely
partaked. He's done some funny shit though.
Yeah, where it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like.
He's beefing with 6ix9ine, and he's beefing with what's the dude from Miami name? You know what I'm talking about, 2 Stitches or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, when they punched him out in the middle of the street.
Yeah, I didn't really follow that too much.
Yeah,
but
that was a good like 3-4 days. That gave me a good laugh. But yeah, I mean, like I said, certain people you play games with, and Meek is just not one of them. So I feel like they finally got their situations together. Like you can play games with other people and laugh and joke and all that, but this seemed sincere to me. So
yeah, I agree.
Like I said, he said you doing a lot of positive for the community, which he is. He's showing a good message, which he is. I can't be mad. You know, I'm happy that this all is coming. This is shit I like to see. So
yeah,
I'm happy it's finally all come together. I question his full sincerity. That's all. It's like one of those, like, just keep your distance a little bit. Like, I see you, appreciate the love you show me, but again, keep your distance. So.
Do you think they should do music together?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. I'll 100% recommend it.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. We had a nice, lengthy conversation. Who knew the boring guy that doesn't have much to say? Who knew we'll be talking for this long?
According to my roommate, I don't got much to say.
I think you just proved him wrong with this one. But Cliff, where can people find you? You know, if there's anything you got going on or anything you got in the works, you know, definitely
follow me on Twitter at TheBullCliff on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram at TheBullCliff on Instagram.
You gotta spell that because people gonna be like, wait, what?
DABOULCLIFF on Instagram and Twitter. And
close us out with the Philly terminology. What is a bull? For people that don't know.
It just means a guy.
That's it?
That's it. Like, nothing more. It's just a guy. Like, you're a bull. That's you're a guy. Like,
so would a girl be a bullette?
Nah, a girl would be a John.
A John, okay. So that's official, you know, if anybody out there already had no idea what that was, which would be hard to believe, but hey, you know, if you're not from Philly, there's a chance you may not know. Cliff just took us out by schooling us on some Philly terms. But no, this has been fun, so make sure to follow him on Twitter and Instagram at TheBullCliff.
Make sure you when you post this, you tag me in it too, because I can retweet it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely gonna, you know, get you all the information. Definitely spread the word or whatnot. You guys can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Lady Sola Life. That's LadySolalife. Like my Facebook page, facebook.com/LadySoloLife. And, you know, we're just going to keep this rolling. Thank you for tuning in once again, and I will catch up with y'all soon.
Thanks for checking out this episode of the Listen Up podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure to subscribe on iTunes and share with your friends. If you're really rocking with it, leave a rating or review on the Apple Podcast app. The support is always appreciated.